What's up everyone, welcome back to the 40K Cafe, and the other day I made a video on musicians and celebrities in 40K. In it, I talked a little bit about Bequa Kynska, and I was asked whatever happened to her. In case you haven't seen the video, quick backstory. Bequa Kynska was a remembrancer that was known for her incredible works of the musical arts and was a composer sent on the expedition to go alongside the Emperor's children. Spoilers for the Book of Fulgrim. Here she wouldn't stop her great works and would continue alongside the Emperor's children, writing incredible pieces of music and all the glory of the Great Crusade. Once coming across the planet of Lair, she would find a way to go to the surface of Lair along with the Emperor's children in order to discover new muses to compose new arts. As we know, on the planet Lair, that is when disaster would strike. The Emperor's children would discover the chamber that was dedicated to the worship of Slaanesh, Fulgrim would discover the Lair's blade that would end up corrupting him, and Bequa Kynska would also fall to the temptations and corruptions of chaos. She would decline further and further into madness, trying to discover and create the most perfect musical piece, and this is all that she could think of doing, just constructing this perfect musical composition. This is exactly what would lead to the performance at the Maraviglia. What she created was considered beautiful, disgusting, and mad all at the same time. A musical composition with the influence of Slaanesh that had her creating new instruments in order to see her vision. Melodies that should have never been played or should have been heard by human hands or ears alone. The music performed was considered both so beautiful and so maddening that it would lead to some of the most vile debauchery that I've ever read. And as everybody was influenced by the chaotic melody, the Emperor's children and all those with them would wholeheartedly finally devote themselves to the Prince of Pleasure. But what happened to Bequa Kynska? During the performance, chaos was in full effect, driving people mad and summoning daemonettes of Slaanesh. The lead singer Coraline Asenica would actually end up being possessed by one of these daemonettes, and the very same individual would end up slaying Bequa Kynska during the performance. Since then, Bequa Kynska hasn't been heard from again. Some people have many theories about whatever happened to her soul, but if there's anything that I can take away about chaos, just because you devote yourself to them doesn't mean your soul is going to be saved. On the very rarest of occasion, you may be able to entertain them enough to which your soul might be saved in the aspect of you may become a servant or an ascended daemon. But in the case of Bequa Kynska, I look at her as a tool to influence those people around her. And once her job was done, just like any other tool, she was cast aside. I wholeheartedly believe that Bequa Kynska is never going to make a reappearance again. She served her purpose, her soul is now that with the warp, and just like any other mortal that has lost their soul, it will become one with the immaterium of the warp and suffer in agony just like the rest of the souls that remain there. Albeit, in her final moments, I guess you can say she was happy. For as she was slain, she laid there with a smile on her face. Her job was done, she created the masterpiece she desired, and she left the mortal coil knowing her great work was achieved. But let me know what you guys think, and whether or not she may have become something else. Thanks as always guys for listening, drop a comment if there's anything you guys want to hear about next, and as always, remember to follow for more.